Oh my god, helicopter? UH-1B helicopter. The UH-1B Huey helicopter mod, a continuation of the better helicopter rework, updated for build 42. It adds a Huey into the game. It's still in development, so if you encounter issues, that's just part of it. Altitude control. You can ascend and descend, and you can go forward, backwards, tilt, and you can do other things. Tilt, back, vertical land off and take off things. And there's spawn points, but I'm not going to reveal them because you guys can find them for yourselves, or you can look at these notes. That's awesome. You do not need to start a new save for the helicopters to spawn. Anyways, check all the notes. I don't have any extra things. Let's check out this mod. Just something of note, there is a dependency for the UH-1B helicopter mod, and that is the War Thunder Vehicle Library mod, so you should also install that as well. And once you've got those installed and enabled, we can go in and we can check it out. Oh, hello there. Just me. Let's go look for a helicopter. I'm playing in debug mode, so we can teleport around and find these things. Now, I'm going to open up my map here and show where one of the locations is, so I don't know, if you don't want to see that, maybe just close your eyes for a while. I don't know. Let's unhide these areas. Here is the full map. So we're going to go all the way over to this town. And there's an airfield, so we're going to go here. I really hope it's spawned. Sometimes these things don't spawn, so... no, we're lucky. We're very lucky. This looks beautiful. This is like the perfect looking Huey. So, these things spawn now. I don't think they spawn with a key or anything, but no, we shouldn't hopefully need one, because we should be able to get in anyway. But we're going to open up our little map here anyway. Our little item finder. Just going to go round and round, see if this is open. Nope, it's locked. Okay, locked there. Locked there. Does have back doors as well, but it's not looking promising. And then there is the sort of the back of the aircraft, which has a 230 loading capacity, so it's awesome. And sometimes this can have different things. It can have bullets and bits and pieces, usually some military gear sometimes. I might just quickly turn on investigate area mode. I don't usually use this often. I don't think it's going to find anything, but let's just have a quick look. But if this doesn't work, what we'll have to do is we'll have to smash the window. Now, obviously, you'll have more items than I will. I don't think we're going to find a key on the ground. Maybe there's a zombie nearby who has one, but we're not going to bother with that because it doesn't really matter for us. So let's go ahead and we shall smash the front left window. Oh god, my arm is bleeding. And we'll just climb on in. And we've got a few options here. We can hotwire it if needed, turn on lights, auto leveling. I don't really understand the auto leveling feature. It's something for you guys to have some fun with. But it does have all the normal things a car would. And if we come back here, actually, this is quite cool. If we access the gear, or the actual mechanics, you will see that the aircraft will open. It's a really cool little animation I really appreciate. But everything's at 100% except for the window that we just smashed. And if I close this, that little thing closes. I think that's really cool. These are really well designed, and they actually fly pretty well. There's a few glitches with build 42, but you know, you can overcome them with just how good this is. So what we're going to do is we're going to hotwire this thing because we don't have the key, and I don't believe there will be a key in the inventory. Let's just have a quick look. Helmet, chairs, nothing. Now, I am aware that you can sometimes get keys within the doors of vehicles, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. What I find easiest to do is just level myself up, because that's what I can do in debug mode. So we're going to get some electrical. Let's level up to level 5, and then I think we have to get our mechanics up. There we go. Boom. Just like that, we can now hotwire. Hopefully this works. Moment of truth. Beautiful. And then all we got to do, folks, is hit the start button, and this thing will start spinning up. Now, I do wish this thing sort of spun up slowly and then quicker, but you can't have everything. It is a mod. And honestly, it's kind of impossible to crash after this. I don't think it's actually possible to crash with the way it's set up. But if we use W and S and A and D, we can just go W, S like this, up and down. A and D to, you know, do whatever this is. And then we can use our arrow buttons to also do things. So, like, we can just, like, go crazy. Alright, so now that we're up in the air, we don't want to go too high in the air, because if you start going too high in the air, this is what happens. You'll eventually disappear. There we go. So we want to come down at a level that's not too crazy. We don't actually have to be far off the ground. We were pretty far off the ground there. We only have to come off a tiny bit. Like, if we're just sitting, you know, ground level, if we go into trees, we're not going to hit anything. Nothing like that happens. I think it would be a bit too unfair in Zomboid, which is why they've not made that a thing. I don't know, but we can just cruise around as long as we're not hitting the up or down arrows. You really only need to hit the up or down arrows when you're taking off. Everything else is fine. I mean, if you're adjusting to land on top of something, because obviously we're going to run into this maybe, or we can go inside, but let's, if we come out of here, if I can figure out how to do that. What am I doing? Having a moment. There we go. So if we want to land on the roof, we'll have to go up a bit higher, obviously, and do one of these. And that works out well. You can actually just hop off and be awesome. Just walk around on the roof. Pretty cool. And that helicopter's still spinning up. And then we can just jump back in it and gun it around. Super sick. So yeah, that's pretty much the helicopter thing. I mean, you can see that there is issues with the blackness sometimes, the fog of war, if you want to call it that. I don't know, but you really can't go wrong with this. You really can't crash. You know, if I was to just go super far forward and then aim towards the ground with S, I'll just land normally. So it's pretty, it's pretty safe. It's nothing to worry about. Just some small things with you know, the fog of war that happen every now and then, but otherwise it's pretty good. Definitely recommend doing it. You can't do it 28 days later in a moment where you just like crunch zombies. Doesn't really work. Or maybe it does a little, but maybe they'll add that in later. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Use it to take your friends around, use it to get places quickly. It is pretty awesome. Definitely recommend trying it out. I think it's really cool. I don't think it's anything game breaking. I think it's fair enough, you know. If you were a pilot in real life, maybe there should be a piloting trait that you could use to, you know, you could just be a pilot in real life, so you know how to fly these, who knows. But hey, if you liked this, guys, and you want to see more, maybe hit the like button.